Okay, algebra students, welcome back. Now we're going to do the independent practice part of our simplifying radicals lesson. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at this form here. We're going to make it as simple as possible. So I'm going to break this down into three things. I got my m on the outside, this negative m. That's thing number one. I'm going to keep that outside, negative m. Now I'm also going to break it down into two numbers here. Well, I'm going to make this number square root of 80, something I have to work on, and I'm going to make square root of m9, the other thing I have to work with. So I'm breaking it down. Square root of 80, m9. Okay, so let's work this out. So this all the way down is going to remain the same. I'll leave it be. If there's any work we'll have to do, we'll do it later. Okay. Let's do square root of 80, because I think we're getting good at this. Okay, so now we have our list of perfect squares, right? I hope you copied that from the last problem. Our list of perfect squares is here. And I have to start looking at all the numbers that are less than 80. Okay, for this part here, the red part, I'm going to have to look at all the numbers less than 80. So I'm going to get a calculator out. I'm going to start doing this. 80 divided by, well, 81's bigger, so next one is 64. 80 divided by 64. Nope. Next one, 80 divided by 49. Decimal, nope. 80 divided by 36. Decimal, nope. 80 divided by 25, nope. 80 divided by 16. There's our answer. 16 and 5. So 80, so let's bring down the m, is really, could be rewritten as this. Square root of 16 and square root of 5. Now, if you know, 5 probably can't be broken down because the only 5 divided by 4 gives you a decimal, and that's it. That's the only number smaller than 5. We leave that. Okay, so things are getting better. Square root of 16 is nice. We know the square root of 16 is 4. And we have 5. And now we have this last part, the green part. M square root of 9. Now, if you remember from the last lesson, I said we can only do even numbers. So we only could do, if the exponent here is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. If you remember how to count by twos, it has to be a number that you get when you count by 2. If not, we have to make it 1. 14, 16, 18. If you remember how to count by twos, those are all your even numbers. Keep going, 22, 24, but let's not go that way. Ours is 9. Well, 9 is in here. It's missing, right? We have 8 and 10. So somewhere in between. So this, I could rewrite. M9, m to the 9th power is really m first power times m to the 8th power. So I could write m to the 8th power, square root of m to the 1st power. Now, this is starting to look a little messed up. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of things, but a couple of these we can solve. We can get rid of 2 of these right away. Okay, so I'm going to start over again. So let's get to the next stage. Negative m. Just bringing it down. Now, square root of 16 we can fix. I'm going to keep the negative 16 becomes, square root of 16 just becomes 4. Square root of 5, I can't fix anymore. Square root of 5 is not one of our perfect squares. Just leave it be. So that square root of 5 just becomes square root of 5. Can't make it any simpler. 8th power. Well, that's pretty easy. To do this, remember with this exponents, the 8th power, we just take this number 8 and we divide it by 2. 8 divided by 2 is m to the 4th power. Now m to the 1, I can't do anything with. There's nothing lower than that 2 is bigger, so I have to leave m1, or I can just call it m, square root of m. Now I'm going to mix and match everything. I'm going to put everything together. I'm going to multiply them. I'm going to take my 4, and I'm going to multiply it by my negative m times my m to the 4th. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my, let's see what color, I'll make it black. Make the square root black, but I'm going to put in the numbers that are inside the square roots here, which we're just left with 2, 5 and m. So we had this big mess, 80m9, and really all that's left is 5 times m. Next step, let's put this all together. Well, m times m4 is really m to the 1st times m to the 4th, so I'll just make that negative m to the 5th. Times it by 4, this will become a negative number, negative 4m to the 5th. Just like we did when we were multiplying exponents, same exact thing. Square root, 5 times m is just 5m. That, my friends, is our final answer. Negative 4m to the 5th power times the square root of 5m. Okay, so get to work, do a good job. Group practice, remember that's multiplying 2 of these together. And I will talk to you soon.